The Quest 3S is finally here. Here as in like you can pre-order it, not like here as in physically people don't have them already to check them out or anything like that, I'm sure. So the Quest 3S got announced and is up for pre-order now if you're interested in it. Last week I was actually at the Meta Connect event where they revealed it and dropped all the specs on the headset. Basically, Meta's trying to take over the bottom of the market again like they did with the Quest 2. They're dropping a $300 headset, gives you wireless standalone VR. It's got a lot of similar specs to the Quest 2 in the way that the headset feels, the design, the lenses, the screens inside of it, the resolution, but it's got the same chipset as the Quest 3, meaning developers can develop for one chipset. Games don't need to be exclusive to the 3 or exclusive to that $500 price point. People can come in at $300 and get a 3S and still play on that. That same XR2 Gen 2 processor we know from Snapdragon, up to 120 Hz refresh rate, IPD adjustment, but those same 3 clicks like the Quest 2 had, so it's not going to accommodate everybody perfectly. But it's using the Quest 3 controllers. It's got the same full color mixed reality color pass-through, and it's just in time alongside a whole bunch of other headsets that have been announced this holiday season and stuff coming up. It's exciting to feel like we're back in that time of new headsets. Big news this last week when HTC also unveiled their new headset that they are doing, the Vive Focus Vision. This is a more consumer-based headset than they've done in a while, but still coming in at the premium end of the market. They're calling it a hybrid standalone headset because it can be played wirelessly with PC, it can be played lossless wired to a PC with a DisplayPort, or it can be played as a standalone headset. And when they're talking about lossless, that means it doesn't have to have the same compression as other standalone headsets, meaning this would work the same as having a dedicated PCVR headset when you do wire it up. This headset is going for a top-end feel though, 5K resolution across both eyes, 90 Hz refresh rate, but 120-degree field of view, an automatic IPD adjuster, eye tracking cameras, so eye tracking is built right into the headset, and it's got audio built into the head strap. They're calling it 3D spatial audio. And a neat new feature, they've got a battery in the front that's an internal battery for 20 minutes during battery swaps, so that when you're swapping out the batteries in the back, you don't have to worry about powering off the headset or anything. They're also advertising its depth correct mixed reality. So not only is the mixed reality full color with 16 megapixel stereo pass-through cameras, but they've actually integrated an infrared floodlight so that when you have low light, you can still use the hand tracking in it. It also has a depth sensor and the external tracking cameras, and it also works with the entire HTC tracker lineup, so you can do full body tracking without having to have the base stations and stuff like you used to. This is going for a premium spot in the market, and it does come at a price of $1,000 for this. It does seem like they are really going for those headsets that people want the best possible PC experience and also a good wireless experience. And exciting news, I actually have one of these to review. It's going to be a bit before we'll be able to test out everything with the headset and give you a full review of it, but watch out for that video coming up. Thanks to HTC for sponsoring this week's news, and it's exciting to see the VR race heating back up again with different headsets coming from, it feels like, every manufacturer right now. If you haven't heard of the Immersed Visor, this is a company that's trying to make a productivity specific headset that can give you multiple screens no matter where you are and what you're running on, with clear mixed reality so you can still see your laptop and your workspace ahead of you. This coming right after some concern because they had an in-person event to test these, but they were a skeleton display demo. They didn't have tracking, and only a few of the headsets were actually able to be demoed, meaning that a lot of people who attended the event, I was not one of them, were worried about how long it would actually take for this headset to ship out and reach the market. But they are showing us here some pass-through and their hand tracking working from the inside. It's definitely a bit concerning if these are the clips they chose to lead with, because I feel like the clips don't look like great quality, but this is early and a work in progress still, as this headset's hopefully coming to the market sometime for people who want a productivity focused headset. Another big announcement last week as Meta showed off their new Orion. What they're advertising is the most advanced pair of AR glasses ever made. The glasses are supposed to combine the entire world of augmented reality with something that feels like a normal pair of glasses that you could wear all day. Unfortunately, a select group of people got to try these and I was not one of them, but from what people are saying who try them out, it sounds like they really do feel like next generation, what feels like AR that really could be incorporated into our daily lives, but right now something that's not going to be available to the consumer anytime soon, and if it was, it would probably be prohibitively expensive. These are the same ones we've been talking about for a while in the rumor mill, ones that Luxottica, one of the biggest eyeglass manufacturers in the world, kind of laughed at how thick they were and said they didn't think they could incorporate them into a normal pair of glasses, unlike the Ray-Bans, but the previews showing what looks like a pretty compelling AR experience that you can take anywhere on the go. They're advertising these you can work outside. It's still a ways out before we're going to start to see these in the hands of anybody, but it's exciting to see that the future of headsets is really getting smaller, better, faster, and I'm excited to see where the industry goes next. Even news from Apple's corner of the universe. New reports saying that a M5 chipset is expected to begin production in the second half of 2025 and including a refreshed Apple Vision Pro. Now these are based on supply chain reports, which sometimes are completely accurate, sometimes are not accurate, and sometimes they're accurate at the time, but the market changes over the years, so keep that in mind. Apple has been moving a lot faster in their chipsets lately, upgrading them, and the Apple Vision Pro actually uses the M2 chipset, but by the time it launched, Macs from them were already using the newer M3 chipset, and a few months later, the iPad Pro had the M4 chip. So this means that an M5 chip could really add a lot more power to the Apple Vision Pro, but hopefully keeping a design they've already worked on and been familiar with could bring that price down to a more approachable price for people to actually get these. As well as that, there's also supposed to be a cheaper version of the Vision Pro also launching, ranging from $1,500 to $2,500. That would be something like an Apple Vision Not Pro before we see another Pro possibly launching based off of this M5 chip design. Keep in mind, this is very early news and this could totally change, but it's exciting to see that Apple dipped their toes into the market and it seems like it's going well enough they want to continue. PSVR 2 recently launched its Steam PC adapter, and people are actually reporting really good results now using this as a PC headset. People are liking it, saying that it can be the go-to for PC headsets, even if the fact that the PSVR 2 doesn't get some of its great features like its intricate haptics on the controllers or its eye tracking. And then after that, Sony announced the PS5 Pro at about $800, but saying that out the gate, it will immediately make PSVR 2 games look better. So for people who already have one for their PC or are holding out for a PS5 Pro, this will upgrade the looks of the games inside, higher frame rates, and just as we saw with the original PSVR with the PS4, when the PS4 Pro came out, you could get a better experience, better gaming on it, and it looks like Sony is going to continue that trend here. There's been a lot of talk saying that Sony was going to give up on PSVR 2, that it wasn't doing well enough, but it seems like now with the new lower prices they've had here in the US, they upped the price in Japan, and the PC adapter, that it is breathing life back into this technology. Along with that, Sony dropping some details about a new XR headset, enterprise only, very expensive, but showing that they also aren't giving up even if they've had a bit more of a rough time with VR lately. Pico also dropping their newest version of the Pico 4, the Ultra, another standalone VR headset set to possibly be very popular in the Chinese and EU market because typically Pico headsets aren't available here in the US. A headset that's still in the family of the Pico 4, but with new types of precision sensors, environmental tracking cameras, 32 megapixel binocular color perspective camera, and it can even support shooting spatial video at 2048 by 1536 at 60 FPS, 4K plus screen resolution, and Wi-Fi 7 connection support, just as we got used to talking about Wi-Fi 6, it feels like. But basically, it feels like a very exciting time for VR. We got some big games coming out this next month. We got some games lists coming out, talking about those here soon. All kind of events. We've been all over the world, it feels like, this last month, from Germany to Florida, California. I'm actually taking off for Atlanta here soon, so watch out for more videos about all that, the VR coverage, but all this happens because of all of you out there. So thank you once again for showing up and being here with us every day as we post daily content for you. We also just had some headset giveaways ending, some new ones coming, so watch out for another video. We're gonna announce the winners of those, some new giveaways we'll have for you out there, because it's just been such a great time with all of you. Thank you once again for being here with us day after day, for all the daily content we upload for all of you, and I'll see you in another reality.